have them take one big step back, like depending on how like viciously they're fighting. Take one step back, breathe for a minute, calm down, and then you want to say, all right, I need to know what's going on here. Maddie Gillette, can you speak first? Tell us what happened. Maddie Berg, you're going to get your chance in a minute, but right now I need you to listen to Maddie and listen to what she says. I want you to repeat back to what she said. It's very important that she's listening. She needs to repeat back. The first thing they're going to want to do in any argument is jump in, like, as Maddie's talking. Maddie's going to want to jump in and be like, no, that's not true, that's not true. We need to make sure that, like, she's quiet, listens, and then paraphrases back, and reassure her that she's going to get her chance to speak.
Continue.
Don't worry, you'll get your chance. Just no interruptions for now. Paraphrase what she says after, so make sure you listen. All right, Maddie.
Okay, so we have the same name, and I don't like it, and I think she should go by her middle name because I'm older, and every time somebody else says Maddie, like, both of us look, and I think that's really silly, so I was just trying to, you know, work it out and let her go by her middle name. So, yeah.
Okay, now what did she just say?
She wants me to go by my middle name because it's super confusing that we both have the same name.
And I'm older.
Okay, good. Now, Maddie, other Maddie, you tell her something.
Well, she came up to me and was like, you need to change your name. And I was like, well, I can't change my name. That's my name. And then she's like, well, someone called you and I thought it was me. And then I felt really sad. And I was like, well, I'm sorry that we have the same name. And then she was like, well, you need to go by your middle name. And I was like, well, I don't like my middle name. And I like my name. It's who I am. And I don't really want to change. I just want to be friends.
She said that I told her to change her name because somebody called our name, and it made me feel bad because they were talking to her and not me. And then I asked her to go by her middle name.
Okay, so let's try to figure out a solution to this.
So what you want to do after they've both said their side of the story, you want to say what you interpret the situation as, because a lot of times they'll say stuff to you and you don't, because Maddie Burke was like rambling for 5 minutes. So you want to make sure you get what actually is bothering them. So if you get it, repeat it back to them, be like, is that right? And then they'll say yes or they'll say no. And then from there you kind of evaluate whether you need to adjust your interpretation of what they're saying.
Okay, so what I'm getting here is that you are both, you're annoyed that someone's calling both your names and you're mistaking it for hers, but you want her to change her name so that the problem is solved.
Not change her name. I want her to just use her middle name. It's still her name.
You understand that's not what she's called.
Oh, yeah.
And you understand that it is a little confusing.
Yeah, I do understand it's confusing. And it's like people call her name too, you know, and then I think they have to.
So let's try to come up with some solutions.
You shouldn't have to do anything.
If you do DOT correctly, you do not have to do any work.
Cool.
The biggest thing with options is that you make them come up with it. So anything that you suggest sounds like you're guiding them the way that you want them to go. You need to make sure that's the solution that they come up with themselves.
So how can we fix this? Besides changing it.
I guess I could go by Madeline, and you could go by Madison. Would that be okay?
That would probably be okay.
Okay.
Alright, can we try this out?
Yeah. All right, Madison.
I think it's going to be very useful to record.